Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world watching today, whether it's live here with me now or on replay. Lucky to have you here. Happy to have you here today for our weekly clinic where I answer your questions live. All you have to do to get me to answer your questions is just put them in the chat box and I'll be happy to answer them for you. And if you haven't already, join my free community of startup CEOs Zero to Pitch. The QR code, as you can see, is right there on your screen. This is where you build the foundation of your pitch and your pitch deck so that you can get funded, and it's free. Doesn't get any better than that. So if you have questions for me, please put them in the chat box and I will be happy to answer them for you. So with that, I'm going to get started. And let's start with our first question. Are pitch reviews with you in Zero to Pitch Gold and also live and viewable by others? Okay, I think the real question, the real worry that you have here is that you're worried that somebody's going to steal your idea. And my thought process on this is that's the wrong thought process. The right thought process is I need help getting my company funded. I need advice on how to build my pitch and my pitch deck. That's the better way to look at things than the way you're looking at them. And no, that's not an issue, by the way, either. In terms of people stealing your idea, it's not going to happen. Okay, let's see. All right. I have a business for a hybrid company, gambling, luck-based, plus prize game, skill-based. Do I make mention of my true end goal, but state what we're only starting with the skill-based aspect? Okay, so I think the question you're asking is do I lead with the vision of my company, or do I just tell them one piece of what I'm doing? So the right way to look at this is what's going to give investors the biggest bang for their buck. Okay, if you have a question for me, you can put it in the chat box. Okay, I have an idea for a multi-billion-dollar idea. Multi-billion-dollar idea, it says it twice. I've never run a startup before. How do we move forward? That's the question. So it sounds like you're worried because you don't know what to do. So the right question to think about this is how do you get a guide, to allow you to get direction here in terms of what to do first and what to do second and what to do third. That's what I would be looking for. And that's a perfect segue again into just join Zero to Pitch. It's free. And that will move you in the right direction. If you have a question for me, you can put it in the chat box. Does Zero to Pitch include personalized feedback on current pitch decks, along with suggestions, recommendations, etc.? So I think you're wondering how much help do you get inside of Zero to Pitch? This is what you get, and this is what you'll need. Zero to Pitch is for the foundation. That's what you'll get inside of Zero to Pitch. There are courses in there. There's a community section in there that will allow you to build the foundation of your pitch deck. If you want to go to foundation to investor ready, which is a whole other level of thing, that's where Zero to Pitch Gold comes in. That's the paid site. you have questions for me, please put them in the chat box. Okay, I have one more question. On the team slide, do investors care about your past achievements? So it sounds like you're worried that you haven't done enough in your career for investors to take you seriously. The better way to look at this is, what are you going to do to show investors that you have a great idea and you're the right person to run your company? Okay, I'll give you another minute or so for if there are any other questions, and put them in the chat box. Okay, we have one more question. I didn't hear how you make one's teams impressive. So I think what you're worried about is maybe you don't have a team or your team isn't strong enough. So the right way to think about this is, what can you do to reduce the risk to investors where the reward is commensurate for them? Okay, looks like we don't have any more questions. I'll give you guys another 30 seconds or so to pop one in the old chat box there if you have any, or we'll call it a day for today. All right, looks like we don't have any more questions for today. So if you want to join my free community of startup CEOs, Zero to Pitch, just scan that QR code right now and you can start. All you have to do is then answer a couple questions and then you'll be let in and you can start moving yourself to foundational level from there. Have a great day, everybody. Oh, looks like we got a question right at the last second. Always happens. What type of investments are you looking for? So it seems like you think I'm an investor. I'm not an investor. I help startup CEOs like you raise money and grow their startups, but I'm not an investor. Okay, we'll reset the clock and give you guys another 30 seconds or so to ask another question if you have it. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.